Today is April 2nd, and I'm making the featured recipe from the Fannie Farmer kitchen cabinet, hot chocolate sauce. As usual, I have never made this recipe before, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. So let's get started. To make hot chocolate sauce, you will need unsweetened chocolate, butter, sugar, water, vanilla. Fannie Farmer specifically calls for Baker's unsweetened chocolate, which is what I'm using. Baker's chocolate was founded in the 18th century, just down the road from here. Even though production has moved elsewhere, the buildings are still here.
We're going to melt 1 square of chocolate over hot water.
You may be wondering why the recipe called for 1 square of chocolate, and yet I put 4 pieces of chocolate into the pot. Until recently, Baker's came in individually wrapped squares, and most recipes of this time would call for a certain number of squares. 1 Baker's square is 1 ounce of chocolate. These days, Baker's chocolate comes in bars, and 4 of those little rectangles equals 1 ounce.
Now that the chocolate is melted, I'm going to add butter, sugar, and water.
The recipe doesn't specify here to take the pot off the hot water to bring it to a boil, but I can't imagine bringing it to a boil over a pan of simmering water.
Now that it's come to a boil, it's going to boil for 15 minutes. Now let's take it off the heat. Add some vanilla.
Today's menu called for the hot chocolate sauce to be served over cottage pudding. I made cottage pudding in a previous video. Let's give it a try. That is a vast improvement. Cottage pudding by itself is really kind of boring. The hot chocolate sauce, it is warm, it is chocolatey, it's a little fudgy. Now, I confess that I did let it sit while I was doing some filming, and it got cool and it thickened up a lot. So I would definitely recommend serving it on the warm side. It is good. The cottage pudding is definitely improved. This would probably also be pretty good over vanilla ice cream or any ice cream. Definitely make it shortly before serving. If I ever make cottage pudding again, I am definitely making hot chocolate sauce to go with it. Enjoy.
Fannie is not kidding when she calls this hot chocolate sauce. This is what happens when you let it sit for a while. But a minute in the microwave and it's liquid again.